Hi, angels. I'm Miss Quiet Queen, and you're now tuned into the Quiet Queen Project. Welcome back to my channel once again. So today I'm going to introduce a new series. I haven't done a series in years, but I'm going to do a series, and I'm going to call this series Lunch and Learn. And in order to know what the topic is going to be about, you need to go ahead and just click on the video and watch it, because I might not necessarily put what it's about in the title. Just in case I haven't, or even if I did, today's Lunch and Learn, well, let me explain to you what Lunch and Learn is about first. Lunch and Learn is where we will tackle sensitive and sensitive topics that people find it hard to discuss, or topics that are just so far left. We need to draw our attention to it, but how? We're gonna discuss those things. But today's first video in our Lunch and Learn series. Oh, and it's the same time we're calling it Lunch and Learn because you're having your lunch and you're learning. What I'm having for lunch right now is a yogurt. Okay? So I normally don't do mukbangs because I'm not all that comfortable with eating in front of the camera, but I wanted to do something different to get out of my comfort zone, because what we're going through in our world right now, we're going to experience a lot of firsts to a lot of different things. So I try to make sure that I make myself prepare myself for anything, and you just have to be creative in how you do that. I know me, and I know that I'm a little uncomfortable with doing certain things, so I make myself do it. So let's talk about today's Lunch and Learn, which is about 0 point. Now, don't fret. 0 point. I'm gonna read you the definition of what they say 0 point is. And then I'm going to explain what emotion is. But actually, before we talk about 0 point, we need to explain what exactly is emotion. I feel that emotions are a relative to 0 point, because let me go to my notes here. Emotion is spelled E-M-O-T-I-O-N. Emotion. The E in emotion stands for energy. Okay? The motion, so the prefix is E and the suffix is motion. Energy, movement. Motion means movement. Okay? So energy moves in motion. Okay? Energy moves in motion. Right? E equals energy. Motion equals movement. All right. So when you are emotional, there is an energy inside you. It doesn't matter what type of emotion. There's an energy that you are accessing, and you're moving it, subliminally. And yes, you're moving the emotion from like one theory to the next, and you can just move emotion in different ways. This is why the powers that used to be really wanted to control the grid, and will try to do everything they can to upset their enemy, or those that they want to conquer, because they understand that energy is emotion. Emotion is a result from moving energy. And in what's transpiring in our world right now is the powers that used to be are still trying to hang on to that last bit of power. So they're making things about race. If you notice the algorithm of what's going on, they always give you one group. Oh, these group of people are dying worse than everyone else, but you're really not giving anybody any tangible proof. Instead, you're invoking emotion. Now, a lot of melanated people are upset, up in arms, and just different things. I'm going to ask everybody, we have to practice 0 point. I know myself included. 0 point. 0 point is a space or a vacuum, okay? Every um, every few inches, every space, it contains. Let me see. Okay, every centimeter of space contains large amounts of energy. And you know what you're doing, you can tap into that energy and make it work for you. This is what Nikola Tesla was talking about. And they threatened his life. He wasn't allowed to talk about it. Now people are bringing it up. Why? Because the planet is waking up. Therefore, her inhabitants, those of us that are sincere, are waking up. And we're not putting up with the 3% that was ruling the world. We're not putting up with them. And they're afraid now because they really truly see the time is up. So what they were doing is they are planting emotions in people, planting negative seeds and hope that people would get really emotional. And throw everyone off their game. So what that means is energy is free, and there is no rhyme or reason why the elite should continue to rob people of the world of the knowledge of 0 point. Um, the 0 point, it fluctuates. It has like quantum fluctuations. Okay, if we what I'm asking us to do is to tap into 0 point by meditating. Bottom line, that's how you do it. You tap into it by the 0 point by meditating. Now, you might ask, well, how would I know I'm at 0 point? What does that look like? What does that feel like? I like, okay, though some of us may have the same similar experiences, I tend to think things like that is individual. But I could tell you some things that you may see or may experience with 0 point. When you meditate, and when I say meditate on 0 point, don't think about anything. Don't think about, you know how when you do those guided meditations, they tell you to start from the tip of your head, and then they take you to your eyes, and and you go through every body part. You don't have to do that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but 0 point, you don't need to do that. Okay, so what you need to do to get to 0 point is meditate, and when you meditate, don't think about anything. Okay? When you start to meditate and you drift off, just say back to 0 point. Make sure you tell yourself that every 6 back to 0 point. And don't beat yourself up about it because you drifted off. You have a very busy brain, and the powers that be have years and years and years of experience of throwing people off their game. So we don't want that. So basically, that's what 0 point is. I didn't want to talk about too much of it right now. I am going to come back and do some things. I know I told, yeah, anyway. I think I'm going to go and, if you give me a moment, what I'll do is I'll go find a really good definition, because I know some of y'all looking at my video like, but Queen, that's really not telling me what it is. Tell me something good. Watch for you. Mm. Uh-oh. Ooh. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Went down. Okay. So somebody said, what the F is 0 point energy and how could it change the world? All right. Well, let's read that. I want you to understand what this is. What is your... Okay. Energy will never cease. This is where am I at? I am on Inverse. Okay, that's the website I'm at. Energy will never cease to be a concern for human beings so long as our species plans to keep growing and expanding. There's no shortage of scientists and engineers. Okay, you know what? I'm not trying to be rude, but that's wasting my time. Let's tell us what energy is. I don't want to hear all that mess. 0 point energy, also known as ground state energy, this is what I'm talking about, could be the greatest gift the quantum world can ever give us. It's a byproduct of the fact that subatomic particles don't really behave like single particles, but like waves constantly fitting between different energy states. That's what I was telling you about when I said quantum fluctuation. Okay, quantum fluctuations. That's what they're talking about here. This means even the seemingly empty vacuum of space is actually a rolling sea of virtual particles fluctuating in and out of existence, and all of those fluctuations require energy. Do you understand what that means? Okay, so this means, let me read this part again. This means the even the seemingly empty vacuum of space is actually a rolling sea of virtual particles fluctuating in and out of existence. So every few inches of space, in that space, is energy particles, subatomic particles moving. You see me? Now you don't. You see me? Now you see me? Now you don't. Now you see me? Now you don't. It's moving like that. And if you can control, if we can master controlling that, I like to think of it sort of like a lucid dream, only you're totally awake. You know, control this energy. You can practice 0 point, and once you practice 0 point, you might ask, what's the point of 0 point? The point of 0 point is that's where the magic is. That's where you could turn on your macabre. That's where you can do travel and get somewhere like that. 0 point takes you there. The ascended masters like Rebazar Tars, Paul Twitchell, Lee Sai, all of these people, they mastered the art of 0 point. Okay, so let me keep reading a little bit. 0 point energy could power the planet with the strength of multiple suns, making it easy for us to solve Earth's energy problems forever, or to travel beyond the solar system and take our place among the stars. However, we can only guess how much energy is actually contained in the vacuum. The legendary physicists, in fierce disagreement on this point, Richard Feynman and John Wheeler calculated the 0 point radiation of the vacuum was so powerful that even a small cup of it would be enough to set all the Earth's ocean to boil. But Hubble's Einstein theory of general relativity suggests 0 point radiation would gravitate, spreading out throughout the universe and be mutated to a weak power. Okay, I don't know what that word is, but anyway, you all understand what I'm trying to get at here. I could go on and talk about it, but I'm gonna end this video and just let you all do your due diligence in finding out on your own and what works for you. What is this about? All right. I was seeing if there's anything else that I want to give, but that's all I'm going to do at this particular point. Let's find out 0 point. Here's the bullet points. Okay, 0 point. Energy. E equals motion. E equals energy plus motion equals emotion. Okay. So remember, we're going to do a recap. It is a space or vacuum, um, and it possesses large amounts of energy. And this 0 point is relative to all of the force fields in nature, to be honest with you. Okay, so I appreciate you all listening. I am going to go on my first Once and Learn video, and I hope you did learn something. I would love to learn something. So send me a post mail. I mean, an email, okay? I appreciate that. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening, and stay in the light.